And greetings once again from Lower Alabama. This is your old pal Todd coming to you from the front porch. It's been probably way too long since I sat down and did a beer review. You know, I always promise myself that I'm going to get more consistent and and keep this up, but then life gets in the way. We get busy at work, get busy working on the house and all that stuff, and there's just never time to sit down and do this. I rarely even have time to sit down and drink a beer, much less take the time to, record it and then do some editing. I'm going to tell you right now, these guys that do this, that have managed to turn being a full-time YouTuber, into their career, I don't ever think that they don't work for a living, because I'm telling you right now, just for me to carve out a little bit of time to do this, it's rough. And these guys got to come up with content, ideas, and all that sort of thing, and then sit down and put it on and record it, then edit it, get it published. It's just work. I mean, it really is. And I do this, oh gosh, I mean, if I in a good week, I try to get 2 of these a week. It's been weeks since I got one done. But if you've watched any of my old videos, you know that we were, we relocated, and then we finally bought a little house, and I had a lot of work to do on that, and most of it's done. I'm down to, the stuff I can do at my leisure, as it were. So I should, be able to do a little bit more of this. So now that I'm sitting down here doing this now, let's get back to the task at hand, since I've rambled on enough. What we have on tap tonight is Dosvedanya from, I hope I'm saying this right, Destihl Brewing in Normal, Illinois. They are located in Normal, Illinois. Now this particular can's got some dings in it. It's got a little bit of mung on the bottom. It looks like at some point some of its shipping mates might have come into some sort of catastrophic issue, but this can is certainly fine. This is a Russian Imperial Stout, hence the name Dosvedanya, and it's got the Russian nesting dolls on the can, and it is a full pint. Who doesn't love a pint? Everybody loves a pint. Oh yeah. Now this thing certainly looks every bit the part. Holy mackerel. It is jet black with a cocoa brown head on it. I know I'm going to most likely finish this, because everything about this is generally in my wheelhouse. Anybody that knows me knows I do love a good stout. Holy mackerel, that looks, and it even smells good. I got this one from a buddy of mine at work that's recently started coming in and helping us out. I work at the Mobile Botanical Gardens. I'm kind of the fixer and the doer out there. And Earl comes in, he's enrolled out there in the Master Gardener program, and he's comes in and helps us out a couple times during the week. Really enjoy working with him. We had a little conversation about what beers we like and what we don't like, and I mentioned that I'm a big stout guy, and he mentioned that he had a couple of stouts that he really liked, but some of them were a bit much, and I think the common denominator in that was some of the barrel-aged ones, and this one just happens to be barrel-aged. Oh, now my wife's going to come join me. That's good. The little dog's already out here. And her primary function when I'm trying to film is to wrap her leash around the tripod and knock it over. That's her favorite thing to do.
That's what she does. Hi.
But this particular version of this beer is listed at 12.5%. I looked on the website, And it's currently listed at 14 and a half. It does say that it's released in November. And as you can tell by yon Jack O-Lantern, the soccer ball Jack O-Lantern.
It's very old.
Yeah, it's been around a minute or two. But my son, when he was younger, he played soccer for many years, all the way through when he was just a wee lad, all the
Started
way
at
up
6.
until he graduated from high school, and then gave it up. Said he was going to do some intramural stuff in college, but grades were more important than that. So there's that's the tripod terror. So anyway, I suspect, being that this one's listed at 12 and a half, but it says the can says 12 and a half. It says 14 and a half on the website and released in November, that this one has had time to cellar in the store. That's just a guess. They do have also a version of this. This one's aged in bourbon barrels. They also have a rye barrel aged that's 14.5%. Like 12 and a half's not enough. Jeez. And a Mexican version that has chili, cinnamon, and chocolate cocoa nibs, which would be awesome if not for the cinnamon. Absolutely, I just can't do cinnamon. Very, very few instances can I deal with cinnamon. And in my beer, it's just a big no. I mean, it's a hard pass. So there was a brewery in Charleston when I was living there that I enjoyed a lot. Ghost Monkey, I think it was. There was two of them really close together in Mount Pleasant. I get the two of them confused. And you know what? I'm old, and it's been long enough that I've moved that I don't remember the name of the other one. But I believe it was Ghost Monkey that had when they called it ginger made. And they called it that because the brewer that brewed that particular stout was a redhead. So,
About the one across the street from Ghost Monkey? Like, kind of across the road?
no, I'm thinking it was Ghost Monkey that had the beer.
Yeah, I think it was.
I just for the life of me can't remember the name of the other one.
I know they had that spicy.
That's the one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was Ghost Monkey.
It was a stout with cayenne. Yeah, it was
Yes.
fantastic. Every time I was in the area, I went by there just to get it. And then they quit brewing it. So, c'est la vie. Anyway, so, I'm at the, good grief, what am I up to? Freaking 8 minutes. Hadn't even had any of this beer yet. That's a lot. That is absolutely enormous. And that is bold. It is flavorful. I mean, it's dense, it's thick. The mouthfeel is, it's all there. Toffee and caramel. Coffee, I don't know what the IBUs on it, so I didn't, the hops bill was not on the website either. So, but it's really lightly hopped. It's just barely there, which is what I like in a stout.
What are you eating?
I'm sure it's an acorn. My dog loves acorns. Anyway,
What are you eating?
it's roast. You can taste the dark roasted malts. It's just delicious. The bourbon barrel is definitely present, which adds a little vanilla and a little bit of oaky bitterness. It's just fantastic. All the dark fruits and cherries and toffee. It's just crazy. There's so much going on.
It smells pretty good.
Well, it tastes delicious. Now, given all of that, it's boozy too. That 12.5% is definitely there. This is not the kind of thing that you're going to sit down with some friends out by the pool in the summertime, you know, and belly up a bunch, you're going to find yourself in a lot of trouble really, really fast. And it's not going to end well for you. This is a sipper. I mean, I'm sitting here pulling big mouthfuls because it's what I like to do with these things. With the last half of it, once I'm done talking and yammering, you know, I'll go light on it and just sit here and enjoy it because this is a real pleasure. But it is 12.5%. It is really big. It's really bold. It's an absolute onslaught on your taste buds. So if you're not prepared for that, if you don't do Russian Imperials or, you know, the beers that you drink are not bigger, I don't know that I'd tell you to jump off in this one because this is not, it's not for the faint of heart. But if you do enjoy bigger beers and, you know, you haven't made that jump into the Imperials and whatnot quite yet, do give it a shot. If you see it, it's really well done. I mean, it's everything that you want in an Imperial stout. All those big roasted. See, here we are. We're wrapped around the tripod, just as predicted.
Come here. Come here.
Not that way.
This way. There you go.
Oh man. Little puppers, what are you going to do? She's my little rescue dog. We've only had her, here we go, right back around the tripod again. We're out on the front porch, so I keep her leashed because she can be a bit of an adventurer. And we live in a part of the town that's known to be a front porch community, and everybody's out on the front porch. A lot of people out walking the dogs and the kids and whatnot. She likes to go visit. Just not a good plan to keep her, to just let her do her own thing. But anyway, man, if I was going to rate this on Untapped, you know, that's a 1 to 5 scale. This is an easy 4. I don't like to go much over 4, but this is an easy 4. I could go a little higher. It's just fantastic. But so thanks, Earl.
Who?
Earl. He's a volunteer.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Brought it to me.
Oh, you brought it to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we had a little conversation about it. You missed all of it. You were still inside when I went over all that. Anyway, so I'm going to wrap this pig up because I have yammered way too long for a beer review. Everybody's going to lose interest.
No, they won't.
So, if you made it to the end of this thing, like and subscribe. Double like, double subscribe. How about that? Call your friends. Tell your neighbors.
Share.
Yeah, share this video. So, like I always say, please enjoy your adult malted beverages responsibly.